Let's talk about the idea of the CFO role and why you need two CFOs in a public company. And it comes down to this is that there's really two key aspects of any CFO role. One is the operational finance, so just running the business, Sarbanes-Oxley, legal, HR, all of that stuff that may also fall under a chief operating officer. But then there's a second portion of being a public company CFO that a lot of executives just don't have this muscle. It is being able to build and communicate forward financial guidance effectively. And you don't typically learn that second skill by working your way up through Lockheed Martin over 20 years to the CFO role. The way that you build that forward financial guidance communication skill is working on Wall Street, having to build a 3-statement integrated financial model, having to understand how does my model look relative to consensus? Do I want to dial my numbers in at the high end, at the low end? Do I want to dial in a beat? How do I manage that amongst 15 other independent analysts who have 15 different Excel models so that I can make sure that we're on a beat or raise trajectory? This is art, and it's almost a completely second job that's just as important and seemingly less work to a lot of people than what you have to do from that operational COO side of being the CFO. And this is where I think a lot of public companies would do well to hire investor relations officers that have this very strong strategic finance background that can help translate that operational finance over weeks and months into the Wall Street finance, which is quarters and years. And there is a nuance to this. It's hard for the CFO or the finance team to pull themselves up out of the weeds and go to that higher level and be able to finesse what is going on in the model at that high level. And that's where having another executive who can be that independent arbiter at that higher level helps you communicate more effectively and help you get consensus in the sell side on your side and modeling the business how you want them to model the business. Thanks for watching.